everyone, and welcome back to the Cast Talk Show. Today we'll be recapping the last couple of weeks of the MLB 2020 baseball season. As you all know, it's been a very exciting couple of weeks. Not bad. A lot of teams have proven they're on the top notch, and some teams are just at the bottom. But as you know, there's still, some games left. It's a 60-game season. It's a sprint. Not a lot of days off. But as you know, we're just all happy that baseball season's back. Let's start off. The last couple of weeks, as you can tell, my favorite team, the New York Yankees, are 6-1, with tonight's matchup with the Boston Red Sox going for the sweep. As you all know, this offense has been on fire with Aaron Judge, 4 home runs in 4 games. Giancarlo Stanton has been on fire. Gio Urshela just hit a grand slam. The offense is picking up, and now they're getting their pieces back together. With DJ LeMahieu coming off the COVID list. They got Aroldis Chapman back from the COVID list. He's ready to go. But in sad news that Tommy Kahnle, one of their big pieces to the bullpen, has just found out that he needed Tommy John surgery. So that's sad news for the Yankees. And it would be lost for this year and next year's season. But as you know, the Yankees have depth. And a lot of the young guys now will be coming up, and hopefully they can produce and step in this place, and hopefully they can keep moving forward. With the Tampa Bay Rays, they are 4-5. Still early. Their still pitching staff's kind of up and down. Their offense up and down. And hopefully they'll get it together. And the Baltimore Orioles, they're also 4-3, above 500. I mean, they're looking not bad. So far, so good. The Toronto Blue Jays are 3-4. They got a lot of young guys stepping up. Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero. Their pitching staff is iffy. The bullpen, it's horrible. With Ken Giles now going on the DL, they don't know if he'll be back this season. He's gonna try, but nobody knows if he's coming back or not. And to recap the AL East with the Boston Red Sox looks awful. I mean, their pitching staff is brutal. Their bullpen's brutal. I mean, they still have an offense where they can hit and score runs, but, no pitching staff, no bullpen. I mean, it's going to be hard to win this year. Let's go to the AL Central with the Minnesota Twins at 6-2. I mean, their pitching staff looks very good. Their bullpen looks very good. I mean, their offense is just, oh my God, murderer's row. They're just hitting from everywhere, from Nelson Cruz. Look how amazing he's doing. At his age, knocking with power, Max Kepler, Josh Donaldson, Miguel Sano. I mean, the list goes on and on with Mitch Garver, Eddie Rosario, Brian Buxton. I mean, I really like what they got. I mean, it's a total package. I predicted from the beginning of the year that this team, the Minnesota Twins, will be in the AL Championship. So hopefully they'll keep on going and keep moving forward and getting their pieces back with Jake Odorizzi coming back hopefully from the injured list, with Michael Pineda maybe later on coming back off the suspension list. Minnesota looks very good. And then you got the Detroit Tigers that are surprising 5-3. I mean, not bad, to be honest with you. Spencer Turnbull looks like the ace. Matthew Boyd, I mean, he's been struggling. Michael Fulmer, after 2 years of injury, they're using him as a 3-inning role as an opener, and hopefully he can continue to progress, but, they're taking it slowly with them. And, hopefully the Tigers could just, keep on improving every day, little by little. Hopefully when the young prospects of Casey Mize, Matt Manning, and all these guys are ready to come up, hopefully they can call them up. If it ain't this year, maybe next year. Or maybe, you never know, maybe they get in a playoff race this year, and hey, they call them up, and they could be a big contribute to the team. And now as for the Cleveland Indians, they're 5-4. Their pitching looks, phenomenal. Shane Bieber looks great. You got Mike Clevenger, Carlos Carrasco. I mean, this team, pitching staff-wise, it's not that bad. Their bullpen, I mean, it's okay, up and down. I mean, their lineup is not bad. I mean, all in all, they ain't looking that bad. But still, I still think the Twins are the team to beat in that AL Central. With the Chicago White Sox at 4-4. Their young guys are looking very good with Eloy Jimenez, Luis Roberts. Nomar Mazara now came off the DL. Now Tim Anderson's back. He's on the DL now, Tim Anderson. That's a big loss to them at shortstop. Juan Moncada looking good. Jose Abreu, Edwin Encarnacion, Yasmani Grandal. I mean, the pitching staff, it's up and down. Their bullpen, I mean, it looks brutal. They just released Calvin Herrera, which they signed out of the bullpen 2 years ago, and he turned out to be a big bust for them. We got the Kansas City Royals. I mean, there's some shining bright spots with them, with Whit Merrifield looking very good, still looking, as a everyday, he's an everyday outfielder, can play multiple positions. He's hitting the ball great. I love Jorge Soler, which he has very dynamic power. He can hit to all fields. I mean, when he crushes that ball, I mean, it's gone. And they got some promising pieces in Alberto Mondesi, Junior Miguel Franco. He's looking all right on a comeback trail. So that's not bad for the Kansas City Royals. As for the AL West, the American League West, you got the Houston Astros. They're 4-4. It's not all that, but they did lose a lot of guys to injuries with Justin Verlander. Now Roberto Osuna. We don't know what to expect from this team. Hopefully, they could keep what they're doing. I mean, they got a lot of stars on the offensive side with Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, George Springer. Yordan Alvarez, hopefully he comes back. They're saying he's a couple of weeks away. Michael Brantley's looking good. You got Josh Reddick. Hopefully they could just keep up in what they're doing. Their pitching staff is okay, but it's not that bad. But if they do lose Verlander, it's going to be a big loss, and a lot of pieces to the bullpen. So the bullpen looks atrocious right now. So we'll see how that goes. And for the Oakland Athletics, they're 4-4. They got some shining spots on offense with Matt Olson, Matt Chapman at third. You got Marcus Semien at short. Their offense so far so good. I mean, their pitching staff is up and down, same thing. Their bullpen, Lim Hendricks, he closes some games. Sometimes he blows some saves. This team just gotta keep on going. Keep moving forward. Hopefully their pieces will come together. The Seattle Mariners, they're 4-5. To me, this team will drop. I mean, real quick. To me, this team, I don't know which way they're going. As for the 60-game season, they're looking all right so far. They're still one game out under 500, but we'll see how it goes. And I don't think they're gonna last long, to be honest. For the Los Angeles Angels, they're 3-6. Mike Trout just, his wife delivered a baby. Congratulations. Hopefully, it's in great health, and hopefully we'll see Mike Trout back. He's on paternity leave right now. Hopefully he comes back. But as for right now, this team, it looks in disarray, in my opinion. So I don't know how they're gonna look the rest of the way. I mean, their pitching staff is awful, in my opinion. The bullpen's awful. I mean, their offense, they got some bright spots with Justin Upton and Albert Pujols and Anthony Rondon. Simmons just went on the DL. I mean, they got a lot of problems, so we'll see how that goes. Texas Rangers, I had them as my, fighting for the wild card, and they're 2-5. I don't know what to say about them. It's surprising. I mean, their offense, it's not looking good. The pitching staff's not looking good after Lance Lynn, Mike Minor, Corey Kluber. They made a trade for him, and he looks, he's injured. They don't know when he's coming back. They're saying he's shut down for 4 weeks. Maybe you never know. Maybe the injury is so severe that he might not come back this season, which is disappointing because I really had high hopes on Corey Kluber this year. So hopefully they can keep it going. This is just 2 weeks into the season for the American League, so we'll see how teams look forward throughout the season. As for the National League, you got the Atlanta Braves. For the National League East, you got the Atlanta Braves at 6-3. So far, so good. Their offense looks very good. Their pitching staff's not bad. Mike Fuentes got designated for us. He cleared waivers and now he's back in the minors. I'm surprised he's really struggling. I mean, he was an all-star like about 2 years ago. So hopefully their pitching staff can get together with Cole Hamels. Hopefully he can return this year. Their bullpen's not bad. Their offense is flashy. I like what they got. Nick Markakis has opted back into the season, so now he'll be playing right field, which is good because after Yasiel Puig got COVID-19, they didn't agree to a contract, and now they got Nick Markakis back. As for the Miami Marlins, they're 2-1. As we all know, and what happened with the breakout of COVID, 18 players with the Marlins. So with the Miami Marlins, they haven't played enough games, so they're 2-1. They're only 3 games. So we'll see how that goes later on, and hopefully they can continue their ways and try to continue their season. With the Washington Nationals, their pitching staff has looked pretty good. Patrick Corbin, Steven Strasburg missed the start against the Yankees, and hopefully he'll be coming back soon. You got Max Scherzer, their ace, Anibal Sanchez, Juan Soto. Hopefully he'll be back off the COVID list. There's a lot of players right now. The Nationals, it's an up and down for right now for these last couple of weeks. But hopefully they can turn it around because they got a nice veteran group, and I know they'll pick it back up. As for the Philadelphia Phillies, they're 1-2. Same thing with what happened with the Miami Marlins. The COVID broke out, so they're 1-2. They haven't played a lot of games, so we'll see how they go along. And I know Didi Gregorius was doing good. Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto. Their offense was looking nice, but their pitching staff, same thing. After Aaron Nola, you really don't have much. Their bullpen's awful, and we'll see how that goes. I love Joe Girardi. I know Joe Girardi is the right guy, so we'll see how he does the rest of the way. You got the New York Mets. As with the story, same old story with the New York Mets. Their pitching staff is just brutal after Jacob deGrom. There's really not much. I mean, Steven Matz has done well, but Porcello had one good start and one bad start. Michael Wacha had one good start and one bad start. And as for the bullpen, it's atrocious. Edwin Diaz back to his normal self, blowing say, Dellin Betances, Jarius Familia, Seth Lugo. I mean, this team, they have a lead and they're blowing it. I mean, they got to get it together real fast, or else it's going to be a bad season. As for the NL Central, Chicago Cubs at 6-2, which is not bad, which is very good for a team. They just made small signings in the offseason, didn't make big splashes. But David Ross has done a good job offensively, pitching staff, bullpen. I mean, not bad. I mean, Craig Kimbrell right now, his closer role is up in the air. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But so far, so good. The Milwaukee Brewers at 3-3. They did a big turnover in the offseason, so 3-3, not bad. We'll see how they look going forward into the season. But the St. Louis Cardinals at 2-3. I mean, their offense, Paul Goldschmidt has looked well. Pitching staff is okay, but they lost Miles Michaelis to season-ending surgery, so that's a big loss to them. We'll see how they look going forward. For the Cincinnati Reds, my disappointment right now, 2-5. That's not good. I mean, this team made a big turnover in the offseason. Joey Votto's been swinging the bat great. Mike Moustakas been swinging the bat great. You got Freddie Galvis, Nicholas Castellanos picked it up, Eugenio Suarez. Their pitching staff hasn't looked all that. Luis Castillo had one good start, one bad start, but their bullpen, it's been up and down, so we'll see how that goes. As for the Pittsburgh Pirates, they're 2-6. They're in a rebuilding phase, so whatever they do this year going forward, they might try to trade some people to get to help build that minor league system. So we'll see what happens. As for the American League West, with the Colorado Rockies at a surprising 5-2. So far, so good. I mean, they pitch, their bullpen. I mean, Wade Davis looks horrible in my opinion. Now he's on the DL. Scott Oberg is on the DL. Their bullpen is horrible, but the pitching staff so far so good, and their lineup not bad. As for the Los Angeles Dodgers, 6-3. So far so good. Still a short season. Mookie Betts fit right in. He's looking great. I like what the Dodgers are doing, and hopefully maybe at the end they'll be in the quest to try to get to the World Series championship. San Diego Padres, I'm very happy what they have with 6-3. I love what their lineup is doing with Eric Hosmer, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, Jurgensen Profar. I love what they got. Will Myers, Trent Grissom, Tommy Pham. These guys, the offense is looking great. I mean, even their pitching staff is looking very good. It's just their bullpen. They were supposed to have the second best bullpen in baseball, but they haven't been able to close out games. Hopefully later on they'll get it together and hopefully turn it into a nice season for them. San Francisco Giants 5-4. I just don't see them really keeping it up. So we'll see what happens. In Arizona at a surprising 3-6. They haven't lived up to expectations so far, but hopefully they can get it together and turn it up a notch and keep the season alive. But this thing here is a sprint, so you can't fall too far down, so you got to pick yourself up and keep on going. Thank you all. See you next time.